Welcome to our introductory video for the Carrera mobile application. The Carrera app is an extension to the Samco Power Accounting back office. It gives mobile users functions that they'll need to manage inventory, pick orders, receive goods, and take physical counts. No data is actually stored on the mobile device. The app maintains a direct connection to your Samco server, just sending and receiving data in real time. Beauty of that is that you don't have to worry about device breaking down or seizing up and losing information. The information is always stored on your server. So once you start the app up, here's the main screen you'll see, and since this is a mobile app, it has certain dependencies on the host operating system environment, in this case an Android-based tablet. And like any app, local device settings like keyboard font size, etc., they're going to impact the behavior of the application, not the actual functionality of the application, but just some of the behavior. So from this login screen, we're going to start off by pressing the config button. And you're going to see the Carrera settings for this device. So this is for this device only. It includes the connection info for the Samco server, a default company ID, a device ID that you give this device, and a default warehouse. Now, if you make any changes, you're going to need to press save. Otherwise, you can press cancel. Of note, this is the only information that is actually stored locally on the device. So when the app is first started, it'll default to the company ID you see we've got here. That's the one we set up in the config file, and the user ID that was last logged in. Speaking of users, the Carrera shares the users and passwords that are already set up in the Samco Power Accounting back office. So very little setup is needed to get your users started if you've already got them set up there. So without further ado, let's log in and take a look and see what the app is made of. So we've already got our user ID set, so let's type in our password and click login. The main menu appears, displaying a list of options assigned to the user that is currently logged in. These are defined in the Samco Power Accounting System Functions users area. If a user only needs access to, say, a couple of functions, they can just have those functions enabled for them, and that's all that will appear on this list. Let's do a quick run through of the various features available on the Carrera app. There will be separate videos for each menu item, providing a more in-depth look at their features and functionality within this channel. First is the item inquiry screen. It's a useful tool to look up item pricing and quantity by location and warehouse. Order picking provides a paperless platform to direct a user through the warehouse picking products for customer orders. It also provides a means for moving the order through its various stages, producing labels and generating documentation with signatures. And once the order is shipped, the user responsible for billing is notified so they can generate an invoice. Next, we have the receivings function. It's used to verify products that are arriving into the loading bay. It's used in conjunction with the Putaway function so that product can be easily placed in like a staging area until a warehouse person is available to move it to its final destination. Transfer function, there's a transfer in and a transfer out. The transfer out function works with transfers created with the purchasing module, allowing user to pick the items from the warehouse locations and verify their quantities. Similar to receiving, the transfer in function provides the user with a facility to verify the product transferred to the warehouse. This can also be used in conjunction with the put away function to place the product in a temporary location until it's ready to be put away. The location manager is used to update and modify the product locations within a warehouse, so a user can add, change, and delete existing locations as needed. Mentioned earlier, the put away function, it's actually used to move products that are at a location or at one location and move them around to various locations in the warehouse. So in our previous example of receiving, you might receive into a staging area, and then you would want to then distribute those products to their locations within the warehouse, and the put away function allows you to do that. The move item location is used to move quantities of a single product from one location in a warehouse to another location in the warehouse. Whereas the putaway is used to move multiple products from a single location to various locations throughout the warehouse. Move item location is a little bit different. It's designed for a user to look up an item, say you're moving through the warehouse, look up an item, and then move a quantity of that product to another place in the warehouse. And finally, the physical count function. It provides a real-time method for taking a full inventory count or to simply do a quick cycle count. There are 3 modes of entry. There's the default, where you scan an item, scan a location or select a location, and enter a count. Location mode allows you to select a location and then scan items consecutively until you reach the quantity. And fast mode allows you to scan an item, and with each scan counted, it applies that quantity against the item's default location. Again, more on this later on. So thank you for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos in this series for a more in-depth look at each feature and its functionality that make up the Carrera handheld application from Samco.